Today, let's talk about the 33.33333 rule in manifesting. And if you don't know what it is, keep watching. Welcome back to Choosing Gratitude. I'm Karen from ChoosingGratitude.net, and this channel is all about helping you manifest your dream life. If you're a subscriber, thank you so much for watching. If not, make sure you click the subscribe button and the notification bell and start to manifest your dream life by choosing gratitude. What exactly is 33.33333? My spirit guides just told me not very long ago that this is a divine number. And what is the significance of this? If you don't know, don't worry, neither did I yesterday. I literally just received this from my guides, and I can't wait to share this with you. We all know that Nikola Tesla has revealed to all of us that number 3 is a divine number. Actually, Nikola Tesla is not the only person who discovered this. My guides pointed me to an ancient Chinese scripture called Tao Te Ching. It says, the oneness becomes 2, and 2 becomes 3, and 3 becomes everything. And what exactly does this all mean? So think about it. If you divide 100%, okay, let's represent the wholeness with 100%, and you divide it into 3. Guess what you get? You get 33.33333, endless number of 3 in each portion, right? Each 1/3 is 33.33333%. Why is this significant? So the Tao Te Ching said the oneness of everything, the oneness of the universe has 2 sides. It becomes 2, meaning it has 2 sides, the yin and the yang. That's the source of everything, okay? And then the yin and yang, the 2 sides of the oneness, guess what? They become 3, endless numbers of 3. And these are the substances, the elements that you use to manifest everything. So everything in this world is a result of manifestation, right? It is a manifestation of either some specific person or some specific group or our group consciousness. Whether you like it or not, everything we hear, we see, we touch, even the virtual things like this video, you can't really touch it, but it is a manifestation, right? So every manifestation comes from these 3 parts, the infinite 3 parts. My guides are telling me that there are 3 key factors that constitutes all manifestations. Basically, these are the 3 factors that make everything possible. So basically, 33.3333% of your manifestation consists of thing 1, and then the other 33.333% consists of thing 2, and then the rest consists of thing 3. So today, we're going to go through these 3 things and help you understand how everything is manifested. And why do we want to do that? That's because once you become aware of this process, once you become fully clear about this divine manifestation formula, then you can use it to your advantage. By knowing it, you can live a more conscious life, and you can speed up your manifestation, and you can manifest deliberately. And that's what my channel is all about. It's about creating the life you want and not the life other people want. And today's rule is basically the key to unlock this manifestation process. Now let's go into each part or each determining factor of the manifestation process, okay? Factor number 1, that's the first piece of the pie. The first 1/3 of every manifestation consists of what? Divine timing. So divine timing is so important that most people with today's scientific mind just don't understand. For example, you see a lot of musicians that they came up with a great piece of music 5 years ago, and then after that, every time they attempt to create a great piece of music, somehow just nobody likes to listen to them. That's because the timing they're putting out these music pieces are off, right? They're not in alignment moment with the divine. So today we're all talking about manifesting with the divine, with the universe, because you know what? You're not just manifesting from your ego. You're manifesting in harmony with the entire universe. And that's what I have been teaching you all about, okay? It's not about manifesting just from your ego. In order for any manifestation to exist, the right timing has to present. Does that mean that if your right timing is 5 years from now, you can't manifest anything? That is not true. My guides are telling me that actually there is only one moment of now. There is only one divine time that is right now. And think of yourself as consciousness traveling through space and time, okay? So if you're just a single point of consciousness like your ego, you kind of have to zigzag through this quantum soup to find that point of the divine manifestation. So that is a very hard thing, and most people will never find that point because the universe is vast, right? However, imagine if you jump out of that point of single consciousness, you become one with the divine. You become one with this entire pie. Guess what? Every moment is divine. So that is what you need to do. That's why I talk so much about the power of meditation. Most people can't even sit down quietly for 2 minutes. So they can't even access this divine oneness. But if you keep practicing, eventually you come to a point where you're really becoming one with the divine. Then divine timing becomes an unsealed secret. You really have to be there and experience it yourself. The second piece of the pie, the second 33.333% of your manifestation is the right space. Actually, I know someone, I'm sure you know someone like that. They are not good at anything at the place where they were born and grew up. And somehow they moved to the other side of the world, and all of a sudden everything started to work for them. And that person is me, okay? And I also know people who, you know, they do really well in their hometown, and they leave their hometown, and guess what? Everything starts to fall apart. So they end up returning to their hometown. There are a lot of people like that. So you see, to everybody, we all have a divine space where things could happen for us. Just observe your own life. You can kind of see the tendency. Most people in the manifestation community are not really talking much about divine space, but it's actually a really, really interesting topic. In the past few months, I have been sinking my teeth into the traditional Chinese art of Chinese astrology and feng shui. And that's what they all talk about, you know, how do you arrange your space to achieve an energy lift. And I'll talk more about that in my future videos. I feel like I need to learn more about that, but just learning about that is really eye-opening. It made me realize, you know what, there are people who can manifest what they want simply because this place they're at is not the right place for them. Maybe they should move to a different city, or maybe they should move to a different country. And there are also people who are just not in the right place, and maybe they should just move back home. So think about this for yourself, because this does play a very, very important role in your life, in your manifestation. And the final piece of the pie, the last 33.333% of all manifestation is what? The right you. And this is the part where you develop the ability needed for achieving a certain goal. For example, you want to become a great pianist. Guess what? You do need to practice the piano. If you want to become an actor, you do need to practice acting skills, okay? Or if you need to become a businessman, make sure that you understand the basics of business, right? It doesn't mean that you really need to struggle so hard and punish yourself to learn new skills. But it does mean that you need to have the skills and the abilities that is required in whatever field you're trying to manifest. Of course, if you want to manifest, $200 that coming in the mail, you don't have to learn anything. What I'm talking about is to transform your entire life. It's not just, getting $100 in the mail or winning a $5,000 lottery. You may think that's really cool, but you have to go beyond that. You have to really ask yourself, what do I want to do with my life? That's why my guys are saying that the last 33.33% is the right you, or the right people, or the right connections. Why are they all the same thing? Guess what? You and others are one, right? Let's say I'm trying to start this YouTube channel. You and me are one. So imagine if I don't manifest you watching these videos, then these videos mean nothing to me, right? So it's the same thing like when you're watching my video, guess what? I have to exist for you in order for you to understand these concepts. You see, we are all intertwined in this quantum soup of manifestation. So everybody around you is actually part of your manifestation, which means, manifesting the right people, the right connection. That's also part of the natural manifestation process, okay? So just if you can see yourself as one with others, then the right people will fall in the right place to give you the right skills, to give you the right abilities, or to give you the right opportunities to manifest what you want. To summarize, a third of your manifestation comes from the right timing, and you need to cultivate that through meditation, through practicing any of these manifestation techniques that I talk about here, because this is the mystical part. This is the part that you really can't get to no matter how hard you try. This is the universe work, okay? But you can enhance it by meditating, by praying, by practicing different techniques, okay? So that's the first part. And the second 33.33% of your manifestation comes from being in the right space, the right place. And the third part of the manifestation is the right you, or the right people. Actually, the 33.3333 rule corresponds with the ancient Chinese book written by Mencius. He also talked about in his work how important these three factors are. The divine timing, the divine space, and the divine people, or the divine you. When you're manifesting, don't you think that it's just about you going out for a specific goal? It's about the flow of divine energy, vibration, and frequencies. And each 33.33333% will offer you a piece of your manifestation. And now it's up to you to put it together. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I will see you in the next video.